Happy day, infinite divine beings. So, this video might be a little bit long, but it's okay. You got the expansion, mental expansion. I know you do. So, I wanted to give my thoughts on the recent Michael Jackson biopic. I absolutely loved the movie. It was very, very inspirational, and it spoke to the hero's journey. And I'll probably, hopefully, point out some things that other people may not have discussed, starting with his astrology. Well, I'm sure they've discussed the astrology of it, but not like me. I love to mix Eastern astrology with Western astrology. Yes, I am one of those. Vedic mirrors Western astrology. So, in Western or tropical astrology, he is known as a sun sign Virgo, August 29th, 10 of hearts in cardology, birthday a day before mine. So, we are fabulous. However, in Vedic astrology, he is sun sign Leo. And what did he rise to become? The king of pop. And we all know Leo is the king. Okay? And of course, it's ruled by the sun, our star, major star in our solar system. So he's both. In my eyes, he is definitely. Okay, I had to pause for a moment and get my coffee. Y'all know who I do. So good. So good. So back to MJ. Um, Sun sign Leo and Virgo. Okay. I always mix the two. Why? Because my Vedic astrologer told me something I had always internally known, but not really acknowledged. He said, you're connected to primordial goddesses, mother primordial goddesses, looking at my Vedic chart. But I knew this because in Western astrology, I am a Scorpio stellium, Scorpio rising. And so I am particularly no walk in the park, which is great. But anyway, back to MJ. So he has this 10 of cups, or excuse me, 10 of hearts in cardology. In tarot, it is the 10 of cups, and that is the placement of happy family. Given his childhood upbringing, it was not always happy times for him. And being that he's such a sensitive soul, he wanted to create happy family for everybody, and he did that for the whole world. There was a scene in the movie uh, where he was with his sister Latoya in his room, and she was like, "Hey, you got all this fan mail," and he was like, "No, these are not fans; these are family." So he did that. He created this frequency of happy family all throughout the world. So, going to his hero's journey. So, I have discovered how to tell just by your first name and the nakshatra of your first name if a person in your life is going to be a friend or foe. Bloodline members included. Joseph is under Joseph is under the nakshatra, which is ruled by Saturn, Uttua Ashara. And Michael, his name resonates with Maga astrology. Sun and Saturn do not get along. They have to find mutual respect, but they do not. Mm-mm. They shine in different ways. Saturn, and let me just say, Joseph was the abusive side of Saturn. And we all know celestial beings have two different sides. Um, Same with people. One day you might get Sharitha, another day you might get Nicole, depending on how you approach me. Okay. So, uh, he needed to overcome and take back his power. Joseph grew up in the time and system, and he submitted under this time and system of patriarchy rule, where I own you, you're mine. He told him in the movie, I don't tell you what to think. I mean, excuse me, you don't think, I tell you what to think. And so it was just like this oppressive energy of wanting to own your energy, calling it your own. I own your DNA. I own your creativity. I own your time. I own your energy. I own what you do, who you do it with, and where you do it. And then I get all of your money. So, of course, he thought, I can make all this money and pimp out my children for the rest of their lives. In part, this oppressive, controlling mentality and now have full control all the damn time. Absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Because there came a time in Michael Jackson's life where he had to overcome the woes of his father and take back his power. And he just simply said, no, I'm not doing it no more. It didn't take them going to blows, having a big argument. It took him walking the fuck away and just saying, no, I own my time, I own my energy. And you can see throughout the movie, even if you couldn't see it while he was on stage or while he was in front of people, he struggled for a point in time with self esteem. And he would say affirmations over himself. Why? Because there's life and death in the power of your own tongue. There's life and death in your breath. What you speak over yourself and how you talk to yourself matters. That's how he was able to overcome such a harsh upbringing by speaking power and life into his soul. So he has this humanitarian ability to have the whole world at his fingertips, and he did not. He did not. He did not. This is how you know he was an infinite or is an infinite divine being. He did not abuse his power. Some people, when they grow up under the stipulations of abuse, they take their power back by gaining power over others and being just as abusive. They become the bully. He did not do that. In matter of fact, he saved multiple people, multiple families. He was very generous with his wealth in all areas of his life. His kindness, his humanitarianism, his money. He gave back. It said that he bought people's catalogs and gave them back their creative energy. All he wanted to do was create. So, which brings my next point. Him and Prince are the epitome of a masculine man walking in their divine feminine energy. The power to create whatever it is that you want, the power to move people by your creativity. And he used that Virgo energy to be very strategic on how he planned his albums, how he brought about his songs, and the timing and what he did. And there was one point in the movie when he was in the pool with his brothers and he was just floating, looking up at the sun, daydreaming. His brothers was like, man, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm waiting for God to speak to me. I need to stay right here because if I don't, I'll miss the ideas that he's trying to give me, and he'll give them to Prince. That is so very true. How many times have you had an idea and you didn't move on it, and you look up Susie or Jane or Joe from another state, another country, has your exact same idea and has become a millionaire off of that idea because you did not move on it? I can speak so many. Well, actually, I did do my juicing business. That was one of the first businesses I did, and I was ahead of my time. If I had just stuck with it, but I wanted to do massaging, but if I had just stuck with juicing, I would be a millionaire by now. But it happens. And so I'm just absorbing all the ideas that come to me now and moving on them. So he walked in his divine feminine, creative energy, and then used the divine masculine to strategically um, have order of how he wanted to his creativity to be displayed. It was very inspiring to see him grow and give and take back his power. A lot of us are living that same journey of taking back our power, of growing, living, and thriving in it. I think that's all I wanted to say. I left my notes at home, but I love you, infinite divine beings. I hope you enjoyed my perspective. If you have not seen the movie, go see it. It is so inspirational. We have all this beautiful music just because he took back his power, and I love that for all of us. See you in the next one. Peace.